everybody out there in the music community. This is Micro Soldier 777, and it's time for another edition of The Mail.
That's right.
That's right. Time for another edition of The Mail. And in this edition, I got one CD from one vendor and two records from another vendor. Let's get right to it. So, order from Nordic Mission, which is in Europe. No, sorry, not Nordic Mission. CD Universe, which is in the U.S. This CD, which is Flames of Fire, and this features Christian Lilligren, one of his side projects, and he's a singer from the band Narnia. It's called Flames of Fire, which this is my sixth album I got from last year, 2023, and it's got 10 songs. I think the first song is more of a interlude or intro, and it's got 9 regular length songs. So Flames of Fire is more of a European melodic metal, power metal. There you have this, the inside there. And there you go. So I got this from CD Universe. And very glad to have that album. Next up we have a band, one of my favorite bands, as you can see from my shirt, Petra. So here we have 2 records came in from the band Petra, and which is and I think these albums are a lot of fan favorites. At least the first one is. Here we have Beyond Belief on vinyl. This really came out in 1990. A lot of great songs in this one. My favorite song in this one's Creed, Beyond Belief, Underground, Seen Not Heard, and What's in the Name. That's my favorite songs on the album. I Am on a Rock's also good. Armed Dangerous, that kind of thing. So, yeah, great album. Just a little bit of a tidbit for you. If you listen to the song "I Am on a Rock," the chorus, it reminds me of Def Leppard, "Pour Some Sugar on Me." It's almost the same kind of riff. The chorus on both songs sound identical. And "Seen Not Heard" has got the riff from same riff from another song which escaped me right now. "Heaven's on Fire" from Kiss. It's got the same kind of riff. So, yeah. So anyway, so here's the lyric sheet, the classic band photo from back in that era, the band photo, and it's got the colored vinyl, over orangey or beigey, browny color, light brown, kind of matches the color of the earth tone color of the artwork of the album, as you can see. So great album, one of my favorites from them. Next up we have the next one, Unseen Power. Great album. To me, this may be certain songs, this was a tad heavier than Beyond Belief, but both are great hard rocking albums. A lot of great songs. This one, Destiny, Ready Willing Able, sort of bluesy type of song. I Need to Hear From You was more of a slower song. Dance, Secret Weapon, Sight Unseen was a great heavy song, and Hey World. These are all great songs. And it's got the ballad In the Likeness of You, number 10. I'm not a ballad person, but In the Likeness of You is a pretty good ballad. And this is the first album I got for Christmas on CD. Very first album I got on CD as well. So kind of has a special place in my heart. Here's a backup there. Here's the front, as you can see. And here's the artwork with those big windmills. There you have it. And here is the blue vinyl. It's kind of really cool. It's translucent blue vinyl. So with the custom centering. I am waiting on the next one, Wake Up Call, which is also a good album. It's also a very good album. It hasn't come yet, so I'm waiting on that one as well, and another record. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one. The thing is, though, I want to mention something. I know, like back in the day, or at least when the album came out, a lot of the promo for Petra during '91 was those windmills during the Unseen Power promos, like, and it had accompanying video of the album back in that time. I know a lot of people are trying to have the green initiative, which I think is a farce myself, with these windmills. But the windmills, in my opinion, are unpredictable because as soon as the wind dies down, they have a motor in these that needs to kick in and start going. If the wind is not strong enough to generate energy, and as you may know, that the motor and the maintenance on that requires grease and oil and gas to keep it going. And when these things are in their useful life and disposed of these big windmills, they either throw them in the junkyard, which is also bad in the environment. So to me, the green initiative we're trying to promote this stuff is a farce, because the landfills required to, or the work required to recycle these things is massive, enormous. This is my opinion. I know General Electric and other big companies are promoting this, are using this wind energy technology, but to me it's just a farce. So, it's just my opinion. Also, I'll make another point too, where when Petra started in the 70s, where Bob Hartman was working, I believe in the warehouse, they only put 3 albums out in the 70s. Petra, self-titled in 74. 77 was Come and Join Us, and 79 was Watch the Wire Then. Then from 81 to 91, during that 10-11 year period, they're putting out pretty much an album every year, which is the most productive years album-wise. And what amazes me about Petra is that they all had families, and a lot of them had kids, and the time it takes to go to record an album and to go on tour and record next album, which may take weeks or a couple months, and go on tour, next album tour, recording, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work. And from 81 to 91, as I said, they put out albums every year during that period, except for 85. Which was a lot of work, a lot of sweat and tears. Now they slowed down a bit after that. Remember back when I had Unseen Power in 91, it seemed like a long time before the next one came out in 93, which was Wake Up Call. And usually every 2 years, up until 2003, when they sort of took hiatus or wasn't as active after 2003, weren't as active from 93 to 2003. For a 10-year period, we weren't putting as many albums as well. So I know they put Wake Up Call in 93, No Doubt in 95. In 98, they put out God Fixation. And in 2003 was Jekyll and Hyde. Sprinkled in between those albums were they put Petra Praise in 97, which is mostly all praise songs sung in church. So they didn't write the album themselves, even though they used their resource to record the album. So Petra Praise 2, We Need Jesus was 97. And they put out an acoustic re-record called Double Take in 2000. And a Revival in 2001, which was another album that had mostly praise type songs on those albums, even though they wrote a couple songs themselves on those albums as well as a Petra Praise one where the rock cries out. So they weren't as active or as doing stuff, I guess, because you want to, we're being older, got families, that kind of stuff. Also, another tidbit too is that Girder Records, these Petra albums were released by Girder Records in conjunction with Curb Records. Also, the only album that Girder did not reissue is Petra Praise 1, where that rock cries out in 89. It'd be interesting to see if Greg Hayes is going to reissue that album. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I know that's a lot of the 3 praise albums Petra's put out. I think that is the favorite one amongst fans, is that album. Of the 3 albums, that is my favorite praise album of the 3 he put out as well. I want to make that point as well. So it's very interesting that if Greg Hayes do that album. I also want to make a point is that the Petra vinyl, before Greg Hayes started reissuing these albums, the Petra vinyl from 81 to 88, or it's actually pretty much from 74 to 88, were pretty much available worldwide. Some are more rare than others. But in the Beyond Belief one in 1990, I believe is only available in Europe. And I believe the Petra Praise, I think, don't quote me on that, and Unseen Power were only available in Latin America, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that. So it's great that these were reissued. That's available to everybody worldwide. That way you can order it and have it in your collection. I'm really glad to have this in my collection. Another note as well, I don't really care for if Greg Hayes were to reissue, or anyone else in the market were to reissue any more Petra albums. If they do, great. If you don't, I'm not really hoping for it. I have them on CD anyway. Because I kind of, Petra to me after Wake Up Call kind of went, like No Doubt has some good songs. But pretty much every Petra album from 74 to 93 pretty much either rank, at least I should say specifically from 77 to 93, I rank those albums at least a 7, 8, 9 and a 10. Albums from say No Doubt onwards, I'll probably rank them around 6 out of 10, probably 5.5, depending on the album. To me, they kind of went downhill a little bit. To me, so if Greg Hayes were to reissue them, great. I'll probably still buy them, especially the No Doubt one. It'd be interesting to see if he reissued them on vinyl. It'd be interesting. I find that where the ballads the Petra's put out on previous albums, to me, stand up more to the ballads on No Doubt. To me, No Doubt's more sugary, sweet, poppy, keyboard oriented. The ballads on Wake Up Call, there's 3 or 4 on Wake Up Call, I find a lot better because I use that more of a grassroots acoustic basis, guitar basis for the ballads. So I found those a bit too sugary, sweet, poppy on the No Doubt album. This is my opinion, but like I said, I mean, that's just my thoughts, my opinion. So of their music, but still, I think, but Petra probably rank in my top 5 favorite bands of all time, especially from the period 1977 to 1983. Those albums in that period, and maybe I guess I'm probably throwing No Doubt because that had the strong points on the album as well. But after mid-90s, like I said, it kind of went downhill a little bit. It doesn't have that vibe that I really enjoyed. And I find they're the most cohesive as a band, with few band member changes from 81 to 91. Actually from 81 to 93, 94. Very cohesive as a band, like a tight unit. After I found it a little bit, they were a little bit fragmented, sound-wise, trying to retain their identity through the 90s. I find a lot of hard rock bands and arena rock bands in Christian music. I find that when the 90s and all the alternative and grunge hit big, I find a lot of these bands tend to change their sound a bit, upbeat their sound to go with the times. I know Holy Soldier did it, White Cross did it, Petra did it. Try to go, stay with the trend. But if these bands sort of kept to their rock roots, as it did in the 80s, I think it would be much better for them to retain their classic identity. But like I said, this is my opinion. So anyway guys, that's all I have right now. All the best. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye now.